This is a teardown of an Audio-Technica UHF synthesized diversity receiver ATW-R2100. Now, unfortunately, this is in a frequency range that is illegal in the US, and it doesn't have any value anyways, so not much of a loss. I imagine there's newer tech anyways, it's better than this thing. I do have, I think, the rack ears and antennas for this listed in my eBay store, but I don't know why anybody would want parts for this even, so it is what it is. It is a little bit of a shame though, since probably nothing wrong with it. I believe when I was looking it up and doing research, I think the frequency range that this is using got sold to the cell phone companies, so it's used for cell phone towers. Don't quote me on it. Ham radio people probably know if I have any ham radio viewers. I mostly just looked it up. I didn't really commit it to memory once I realized, alright, this is worthless. It's an illegal frequency and it doesn't sell for much. Even though there are people selling these. Odds are if you tried using it, no one would notice. You wouldn't get caught. You'd more than anything have interference issues. How does this open up? That's weird. I think this comes straight off the top, but it's stuck. Why are we holding on? Need something to wedge under there. These side divots, I think, are holding me up, but there's not, there's not like a gap or anything for them to slide up. This one just locked back down into place. Let's see if I can keep that high enough to not pop out. Dang it. Use these tweezers as a wedge. Alright, I think I got it free. Mostly? There we go. Seriously? This thing's a pain. Oh, there are some divots, I guess. I don't know why it was so bound up. It didn't look like it had these divots. It looked like it just had a hole that this aligned into. So, getting a start to getting it inside. Gonna remove, whoops, the front screws. Like this PCB served multiple purposes. There's some sort of panel in the front there that you can't see yet, but looks like it would have been for maybe a different kind of display option. In theory, this will slide out, but maybe not. Oh, lift up. There we go. Nothing to see there. There's the front panel that appears to be optional. Alright, I'll get the front display board off. Not going to be too exciting. A little pogo plunger there for the power button. Not a soft power, it's a physical switch that clicks into place. liquid crystal display. The static is activating the segments. If I ground it out, there we go. If I ground it out, it'll go away. Let's see. I have my finger touching the back so it discharges faster. But just the static electricity rubbing my finger across that is activating the segments until the charge slowly bleeds off. But if I touch the pins on the back here, it goes away instantly. Well, there's a little bit of weirdness up top. Yeah, I'm touching it and maybe I have to let go and touch it. Can't just hold down my finger. Interesting. Yeah, not much else on there. Odds are the controller for the board is built in. Also, it is backlit. You can see the LED there. I think it was green if memory serves correct when I was looking it up online. Cans are soldered on the RF section. Yeah, not going to get to show those. Look at the bottom first. Little spring tab here. Purpose of that's to touch the bottom of the case for grounding purposes. Should be that indent right there, and we'll see where it rubbed and stuff and it made contact. I believe these pads also do a little bit of grounding. They should be conductive, but otherwise, here's top side. Got a bunch of power regulation over here. There's the little on-off switch, latching. Looks like double pull, double throw. Various IC chips. I don't know what they do. Probably a mixture of amplifiers and other things. These are power regulation, more than likely, since they appear to be connected right to the power input section. Let's see where the traces go there. Oh, what does the switch do? On, SQ, cont, and off. Don't know what that does. I don't think that's user serviceable. I got some adjustments here for the RF section. I assume these are like coils, tuning coils, not resistors. I don't know what it'd take to retune this to a different frequency that would be legal, but probably a lot more than it's worth doing. Assuming you even have the tools and the technical skills and everything. But I think that's really all there is to see, unfortunately, since I don't plan on doing the work to get those cans off. I'd have to desolder them so they're tacked down in spots. I don't think something like my side cutters would. No, it's adhered down pretty good, and it's just not worth the time and effort for me. But either way, hopefully that was still interesting, and thanks for watching.